Hello civilians. Welcome back to our channel. And today we will be continuing with our Good to Great series. And today we will be talking about the key concept of technology accelerators, which comes under the key concept of disciplined action. Now, in the late 90s, if you could come up with a website and prepare an IPO just after 6 months, where you would be selling to the general public and other investors, you could have been a millionaire or even a multi-millionaire even when you don't have anything real to offer. Now, people in those days were setting up companies with no real employees, revenues, profits, or even a successful business model just to sell it after some time at a huge profit. Now, why were they doing this? Because it was very convenient for them to make millions or even billions for that matter very quickly without doing the real effort that it took to make a real profitable company. It was before the dot-com bubble burst and people were pouring money into anything and everything that sounded like a good technological investment. They did this just to not feel left out. You might have heard something like FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. And in those days, a small rivalry started between two companies. The first company was Drugstore.com and the second was Walgreens. But before we tell you this unique story of a rivalry, we would like to tell you that this is a channel of the entrepreneurs, by the entrepreneurs, and for the entrepreneurs. And since we are aiming to be the number one entrepreneurship channel in India, please help us by subscribing and share our content with your friends and family to educate them further on the topic of business and entrepreneurship. And do follow us on Instagram. Our community of like-minded people is growing bigger day by day. And now we come back to our topic. Now, in those days, a small rivalry between Drugstore.com and Walgreens was emerging. Drugstore.com issued a challenge to Walgreens by having an IPO before Walgreens, and Walgreens lost 40% of its price at that time. And what was their response? Well, they said in a statement that we are a crawl, walk, and run company. Instead of reacting like Chicken Little, their executives did something quite unusual. They decided to pause, think, and reflect on their journey. Now, they decided to use their brains. They were very slow in the beginning. Think of it as crawling. They began experimenting with the website while engaging in internal dialogue and debate. They asked the simple question of how they can use the internet to make their business model more robust, profitable, and effective. At that time, an internet leader made a comment about Walgreens that they're too old and stodgy for the internet world. They will be eventually left behind. Now, Walgreens never responded to that comment and instead worked on improving themselves one small step at a time. Then they began finding ways to tie the internet directly to its sophisticated inventory and distribution model. Now, they wanted people to fill their prescription forms online, pop into their car, and go to their local Walgreens drive-thru, zoom past the window, and bingo, they have their medicines. People could also have it shipped to them at home if that's more convenient for them. There was no buzz, no hype, or no multi-million dollar marketing campaign to announce the integration of their business model with the internet. They followed a very simple, calm, and down-to-earth approach in this pursuit. Then, after some time, they finally launched a website which was well thought out and was as sophisticated as Amazon.com. And as you know, at that time, Amazon.com was the world leader in e-commerce industry. Now, precisely 1 year after Walgreens had figured out how to harness the power of the internet for their own advantage, their stock price doubled. And what about Drugstore.com? Well, it continued to accumulate massive losses and then they announced a layoff to conserve cash and eventually they lost all their value in the marketplace. Now, while Walgreens went from crawl to walk to run, on the other hand, Drugstore.com went from run to walk to crawl. Now, you might be thinking that this was all because of a bubble, but you're wrong, as bubbles come and bubbles go and will continue to come in the future as well. Just remember what happened with Bitcoin in late 2017 where millions of people lost billions of dollars, and my friend was one of them. Technology never makes a good company great. Great companies have always adapted and emerged from various technological changes. A great company's hedgehog concept dictates the use of technology, not the other way around. To include technology in a good to great transformation, you need to ask some questions to yourself. Does the technology fit directly with my hedgehog concept? If yes, become a pioneer in it. If no, then ask, do I need it at all? If yes, then you can have it. If no, then the technology is somewhat irrelevant and you can ignore it if you want to. Now, visionary companies also included technology in their approach, but were all unsuccessful in the long run, which demonstrates that technology alone can't create superior great results. The researchers were amazed when they interviewed many good to great executives and found that a majority of executives, almost 80% of the executives, didn't even believe that technology was a major factor for a successful good to great transformation. They instead said that consistency, the right kind of people, followed by a lack of layers and bureaucracy, was more important for a good transformation. You can say that the primary variable in winning is not about the car, but the driver and his team. Now, not that the car is unimportant, but it is secondary. Now, mediocrity results first and foremost from management failure, not a technological failure, be it success or failure. Technology is only an accelerator of it, not a cause of it. Technology cannot turn a good enterprise into a great one, nor by itself can it prevent a disaster. This concept isn't about technology. No matter how big or amazing the technology is, it can't ignite a shift from good to great all by itself. Now, we would like to quote some points from the book, which is about technology and a good to great transformation. And they say, no technology can make you a level 5 leader. No technology can turn the wrong people into the right ones. No technology can instill the discipline to confront the brutal facts of reality. You have to do it all by yourself. No technology can make you aware of your hedgehog concept. This also takes effort and is to be done by you. No technology can create a culture of discipline. Hence, we can say that technology is only a multiplier, and sadly, multiplication doesn't apply to zero. Now, it's really sad but true. So, wrapping up this video, this was the concept of technology accelerators, and it comes under the topic of disciplined action. Thank you for being with us until the end, and we'll meet you in the next one.